So today we've got a pretty serious dent on this truck trailer. Let me show you what we're working with. The damage is actually quite extensive, running along the entire side panel here. It's definitely going to need some work. First things first, I'm just getting all of these old rivets out, so that we can prep the surface for welding. I'll be honest, it takes patience and precision to get every single one of them off cleanly like this. And now we have a nice clean patch ready for us to weld over. This part is super important for making sure everything holds together properly later on. Alright, time for my favorite part, the actual welding. We're starting by laying down our initial bead right across the damaged area. You really want to take your time building up the metal in layers. The goal is to create a strong, solid repair without any weak spots. Honestly, there's something so satisfying about watching that bright arc work its magic. It's like creating something new from scratch. I'll move along slowly, making sure each pass fuses perfectly to the one before it. This process takes some serious focus, because you have to keep your speed consistent and maintain good control over the torch at all times. Okay, once the main welds are done, it's time to grind them down smooth. This step removes all those sharp edges, and gives us a clean surface to work from. I'm using my air tool here, because it gives much more control than an electric grinder would in these tight spaces around the wheels. Just look at how clean that looks now. All those rough welds are completely gone. Now I can start putting new rivets back in place along our fresh patch. This really locks everything down securely. This part takes patience too. You want each rivet perfectly aligned, so they don't put any extra stress on the repair later on. Almost done with all the riveting, just a few left to go. It feels like such a satisfying process when you see it come together. Okay, check out that finished weld job. The metal flows right over the original panel, without any gaps or weak spots. That's what you call solid. But wait, there's still one last step to make sure this repair holds up against rust and corrosion. Let me show you what comes next. We're applying a protective coating directly onto the welded area. This creates a barrier between the steel and moisture, which prevents future rusting. You gotta be careful not to spray too thickly, but you definitely need enough to cover the entire surface evenly. Once that dries, we'll peel off the film. And boom, look at that. A totally protected, professional-looking finish underneath. Honestly, seeing the whole thing come together from start to finish is incredibly rewarding. Every detail matters. So yeah, that's pretty much the full process for repairing a dent like this. Hope you enjoyed watching.